How's it going, folks? Michael McGreevy here. Sorry, I'm going to do this video again because once again I forgot to hook up the correct mic, but whatever. Onward and upward. This morning I was reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Awesome book. It's a classic. I'd recommend checking it out. It's a good one to have on the shelf. I reference this one all the time. I go back and look and pull things out of it. Awesome book. Anyway, when I was reading it this morning, I came across this picture that you see next to me. And it was fascinating because I showed my wife the same picture and she saw something completely different. I mean, like, totally different. And I even started to describe what I saw, and she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, no, that's not what it is. Look, it's this. So what do you see? I saw an old lady with her head facing down and looks kind of depressed and sad. And my wife saw a young woman who was looking off into the distance, a very stylish, young, youthful woman. And I was just like blown away by how different two people can see the same situation. It's really quite fascinating. Now, if you look right in the center, below that kind of black clump of, kind of looks like a brain, but right underneath that, in the center of the image, you can see something that looks like an ear or an eye. So if it's an ear, then you're on my wife's team. And if you look just below that ear, you can see her left jawline, and it goes down toward her chin. And then if you follow that all the way around, you see a tiny little nose that kind of points out and some eyelashes above that on the left side. And it looks like she's looking off into the distance, but it looks like a young, kind of stylish, maybe 50s, 1950s type of woman. Then if you look at it in a different perspective, let me show you where I saw the old lady. So the old lady, look at that same ear in the center of the photo, and it looks like an eye. It looks like her left eye, and below that left eye is a very large nose. And below that nose you see her mouth and her chin, which is kind of buried down into that furry shawl that she's wearing, and it looks like her head is mostly covered. So 2 different images in one, and 2 different people who see those things, this picture, in completely different ways. And it got me thinking, man, how different do people see their circumstances, right? Same circumstance, 2 different people could see it completely differently. So I want to ask you today, how do you naturally see your circumstances? When something happens, when something comes up, do you default to negative or positive? Be honest now. Is it a fight for you to see the positive in obstacles? There is a negative and positive perspective to every single situation. What do you see first? Do you say, why me? Why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Or do you say, man, I wonder how I can grow from this? Where's the opportunity in this challenge? Or there must be a deep, important purpose to why I'm facing this right now. 2 very different perspectives. Now imagine if some of the people that we look up to today defaulted to a negative perspective instead of a positive one. One of my heroes is a guy named Nick Vujicic. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, Nick. But he is incredible. He was born with no arms and no legs. Now, anyone could make a case for crawling into a hole and quitting at life if you're born with no arms and no legs. Not him. Now, he had a period of darkness for sure, but when he came out of that, he now speaks to hundreds of thousands of people all over the world and inspires them to believe that they have a purpose in this world, that they have something incredible to offer no matter what their circumstances are. I mean, this guy is incredible. His outlook on the world is like, wow, what a gift it is that I was born with no arms and no legs, so I could show people that no matter what's going on in your life, you can have hope. You can have a deep purpose. You can have a sense of confidence. You can have something incredible to offer to the world. Even with my own story, I struggled with anxiety for about 15 years. Like bad anxiety. I'd have to stay home from school and I would hide from talking to people and that sort of thing. And I did slip into a negative outlook on that. I always said, why me? Why does this have to happen to me? I could have been so much more in sports. I could have offered so much more in my career. I could have been so much more effective in life. But eventually I started to learn how to have a positive outlook on that obstacle that was in my life. And now I have the opportunity to help other people face fear and find confidence and move forward and offer something unique and meaningful to the world. If I didn't have that anxiety, if I didn't experience what I experienced, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today, which is my purpose in life. It's where I need to be. So how do you see your current challenges in life? That's a serious question. Do you default to the negative? Do you start to say, oh, why me? And why does this have to happen to me? Or are you asking that question of, what is the deeper purpose in this? Where is the opportunity in this struggle that I'm facing right now? You have a choice. You can respond any way you want to. You can see it as a blessing or you can see it as a curse. That choice is completely up to you. So I have a challenge for you. The next time that you are faced with an obstacle, the next time that something happens that you want to go negative on and ask yourself, or you want to play that victim role and say, why me? I mean, I'm so poor me. I need somebody to feel bad for me, that sort of thing. I want you to flip that upside down and say, what is the opportunity here? How is this going to be used for good? The challenge has been laid out, folks. It's up to you to decide how you're going to respond to the challenges and obstacles you face. Choose to focus on the positive, and I promise you, you'll find so much more purpose and satisfaction in life than if you look for somebody to validate the fact that you are a victim and that you deserve sympathy and pity. Hope you have a great day. What do you see?